I just did a switcheroo. I'm a completely different person. I'm filming this video right after the other one. This video I want to talk about harmonies, which is kind of going a little bit along the lines of the music idea, but there's so many different ways in which things can be in harmony. And I was thinking about this actually as I was like walking around in the woods, and just kind of, you realize when you walk around in the woods that you don't want to see other people, because it just it seems like it doesn't fit. And maybe you could compare that to like in a song, like if you had like a nice melodic song and then like you randomly have like guitar show up or something. I don't know. There are just certain things that don't seem to fit. And I feel like to live like a fulfilled and like happy life, you want to find as much harmony as you can. And that's not to say that dissonance is always bad, because there's a lot of songs where dissonance sounds really good if it resolves into harmony. And it's like, it's kind of like a fourth dimensional view of it. Like you have to look at the whole song to see. Sometimes we don't see in our lives how the dissonance resolves into harmony. And it seems like the resolve is what makes the dissonance sound good. But yeah, that idea makes me think a lot about the idea of gardens. And this also goes along the chaos and order type thing. When you think of the picture of the Garden of Eden, it's seems to be the perfect balance of chaos and order. Because if you think of nature as chaos, it's like unexplored territory, right? And then you think of structure and like buildings and cities, you think of that as order, like known explored territory. Then the garden seems to be the perfect harmonization and melding together of both chaos and order. I also think that this goes along with like kind of the ideas of good and evil. If you think about, so there's this idea of evil that I really like, that somebody told me once. They said evil is twisted good. And so to me, I think if you can just untwist things, and figure out how they fit straight, then you can actually find the good. Like seems to me that good isn't as far from evil as we think it is. And also, if you try to take good to an extreme, then it becomes evil. Seems like you have to have the proper balance and harmony, really. I really think harmony is the best word. And if you could make your life, I don't know, somebody drew here. Anyway, if you can make your life into that balance as much as possible, I feel like that's what you want to look for. And like my dream house, dream city now is like that. If you could create like a garden city where it's got like plants and whatever flowing together. And that takes, to build a garden, it takes a lot of understanding and knowledge. You can't just try to force things together. And that's something else I've realized and been trying to figure out in my own life. How to fit things together right. And it's kind of like a negotiation too. I don't know if I've done a video on negotiation yet, but I like that idea as well, the idea of negotiation. But you have to negotiate with things. It's not like they just do what you want. You have to understand what they want. And when you understand what other things are looking for, then you can put things together in a way that meets the needs of both sides. And that's kind of something. I'll do another video about negotiation, but the idea of negotiation is something that kind of blew my mind when I first really understood it. I was taking this peer mediation class, and it's like I realized life isn't a zero-sum game. Like there doesn't have to be winners and losers. You can work things out in a way that two sides can benefit. And to me that's what capitalism and the free market does the best of doing, because it diminishes force if you work things out, if you can find what other people want and try to negotiate for what you want. And then, so I think that principle applies across to gardens. So I guess this is kind of a utopian vision. But if you could just figure out, there are so many different ways to apply this, to apply, harmony. You can apply it in music, and there's, another cool thing about that is there's things that you can fit together that no one would suppose that you could fit together, and it just takes a little bit of negotiation and harmonization and working through the dissonance. And I think, to me, that's a good goal in life. I think if people strive toward that goal of making their world a garden, making their life a song that harmonizes, and trying to resolve the dissonance, I think that's a good thing to strive for. And so that's what I got for this video. Thank you for watching. You can like, subscribe, comment, share, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.